Hello everyone, looking at Bitcoin at the moment, and this recent run up, we had a little pullback, and that pullback, as you can see, has just broken through the 20 moving average on the hourly chart. So the 20 candle on the hourly chart, Bitcoin broke through quite forcefully, broke through that candle, and the moving average, the candle blasted through the 382 fib at the same time and has just run into the 618. As you can see there, 13497 is the exact point that Bitcoin has stopped now on this little recovery run. And I am saying that once it breaks through that golden fib, I'm saying that Bitcoin is a buy. That is a clear buy signal that Bitcoin has come out of this correction that it began 28th of October, 2 a.m. We came down to 12,892. If you look up there, when I fix on that candle there, you can see that the candle came down to 12,893, and we have since trundled along on the 236, blasting through, then coming back down for support, going up the 382, touching on that 382. We came back down, we came below the 236, then we blasted through that, and in the next candle through the 20 average, the 20 moving average on the hourly, so that's a 20-hour moving average, and we've since come back and found resistance, strong resistance at the fib 618, 13497. Now, if Bitcoin, this latest hourly, has got 18 minutes left, and as you can see, it began 13,400, and it went up, touched on that fib again, and has come back down now. So very interesting developments on Bitcoin at the moment. I'm looking at that and I'm thinking, when Bitcoin blasts through that again, because of recent developments lately, I am thinking that will be a buy signal in Bitcoin, and I'll be looking to buy into altcoins and Bitcoin if we get through that 13,500 number with volume. Let's look at the volume as well. Let's see what the volume is saying on that there. Let's see. Right, indicator volume, yes. So here we go, volume. The green volume, as you can see, look, it's positive because green volume is higher than red. Although the red was quite a heavy sell there, but this green is higher here, and now we're getting green candles higher than all the reds around here. So that's an interesting thing that we'll look at. Let's have a zoom out. Let's have a little zoom out and look at a daily chart. Bear with me, folks. Get this all lined up. Let's have those moving averages on. When you're on a daily chart, moving averages are all key important things, and we're way above them all still. We're way above all the key moving averages. And they're all sloping in the right direction. So the point of least resistance is to the upside. It's to the upside. So if you're bullish on Bitcoin, the path of least resistance is clearly to the upside. When you have the moving averages all sloping upwards in the correct order, as we can see there in Bitcoin, that is positive. So let's have a look at the fib on a zoom out. Let's have a look at the no, because we're way ahead of where we were. We're actually way ahead of we need to look at this on a weekly chart or a monthly chart. I just had a guy actually in the calf, and when I started talking, he began shaking his head vigorously. There are other people in the calf talking to each other, but because I'm talking to a computer, he objected massively and shook his head violently. It was quite amusing, actually. I found it quite funny, but he's gone now, so we'll forget about him for the day. So let's have a look at this on a weekly chart. You know, we can talk to computers nowadays. We can have conferences and talk on computers in CAFs because people talk to each other in cafes. There's no limit on the sound, the volume that we can talk to people. So we can talk to computers because we're talking to people on computers. So the objection was a bit unfair, I thought, but I best left everything unsaid. I love what I love doing. This is a bit off the course for the Bitcoin. What I love doing is being a peacemaker in supermarkets. There was this drunk going to have a fight with a bodybuilder. The drunk was really, really drunk. I mean, he was like staggering about, but he was threatening this big bodybuilder, and it was at the checkout at Lidl's or Aldi's. And I felt so great when I calmed the situation down and cooled it all off like I used to in my old retail days. Like put my arm around the pair of them and got them to shake hands and all good and all ends well. So yeah, I'm hoping Gaz, you're watching this because you're interested in no, I'm sorry, Gary, yeah, Gary. You want to have a look at this, Gary? So on the zoom out chart, where's this coming from? This is the big one, isn't it? This is the big picture. Let's have a look. Yeah, I've never, ever got into a fight or road rage with anybody. I've always calmed situations down. The only ever time that I've ever got into anything physical or anything road ragey was when I was a supermarket manager and I used to want my stock back when they're trying to steal my stock. Other than that, I never get like driving. I used to drive a van, have a transit van, and the amount of road rage and people angry, even my father gets quite angry sometimes in the car. But when you do driving for a living, you just learn to calm down. You just think, it's just not worth the getting into road rage about driving down a road. You're driving down a road. It's a gift. It's a gift to be driving a motor vehicle on a road. Oh, look at that. Brilliantly on that 618. How canny is that? Wow. But that's on the... Oh, and that is on there as well. That is perfectly on that 618 from that low, from that high in December 2017. And it's, look at it. It's perfectly on that area, that third. So a close above. Let's have a look to see how zoomed that is. If I'm correct position with my fibs. So that is perfect, the low. The high is perfect. The fib, 618, is at 13,340. A weekly close above that on Sunday is very, very bullish. So talking to my people this weekend, I'm saying to them, a close above 13,340 is bullish, very bullish. People are saying, it's all about 14,000. I think that is crucial. Look, a weekly close above that level. When was the last time we had a weekly close above that level? We did not have it last year. We blasted through and we came straight back down. We didn't get close to closing a weekly candle. We closed, the highest weekly candle we closed was 11,500. We're in uncharted territory on Bitcoin at the moment. So we closed a weekly here. January, sorry, I can't see because my ugly mug's in the way. Can I move that out of the way or not? Yeah, I can. So, but there. Right, we closed a weekly candle above 13,340. 4th of December 2017. 11th of December 2017. 18th of December 2017, and that was the last, or was it? No, sorry. So we had a few weeks there in that peak period where we closed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 candles above that level. But since then, so since the 15th of January, we have never closed a weekly candle anywhere near that level. We came down here and we started to get to the Fib 50, which turned out to be the Fib 50 once we made the lows later. So the Fib 50 at 11,382 was a look at the resistance. That is a key level. That 11,386 level, the Fib 50 is a key level, and we closed a weekly candle above it last week. We closed a weekly candle above 11,386 last week. This is uncharted stuff for Bitcoin at the moment. This has not been. This is back to 2017, the peak when everything was absolutely insane. We've not had anything like what we're seeing in Bitcoin now. This candle here closing above 11,386 is massive, because look, it didn't do it last June. Everyone was so excited last June. Everyone was over the moon. It's the world is the Bitcoin is going to blast through, and the world is going to jump on board. It's going to go to 100k. We didn't close any weekly candles above 11,386. Last week we did, and we did in August as well. So that was an interesting development in August, and we had a lovely correction, a brilliant correction that people were worried. They were saying, oh, it's all over. We're going to 3K. We're going to 2K. No. That was a beautiful little correction there. And then we've rallied up and we've blasted off again. Don't want to leave this video too long. We've had a look at Bitcoin on the hourly chart, which is a key chart. Once it gets above the 20 hourly moving average, things are moving in the right direction then for a bullish maneuver. And as I say, back to that hourly chart, that key level, the key level is that 618. So let me just remind you of that one last time. We've had a look at it on the best scale possible there. That weekly chart for those Fibonacci levels and those weekly closes is the key in Bitcoin. Now, it is not worth looking back to this period here where we had manic times in Bitcoin. We need to look at it from then to now, and this weekly chart is the key chart. The volume here, so the volume in general has not really picked up. It's early signs of a bullish trend, and once that volume begins to pick up to levels we saw last June, then we really are. I think when it does, it will be blasting through 20. It will get through this 20k level. I really do believe that. Let's go back to that hourly chart, the key hourly chart. For if you're thinking about doing a trade in a long-term view, but when to do it, the timing of when to do it is important to look at this hourly chart. And that 20 average, so the other average is a bit irrelevant. It's that 20. So that's the 50. It's blasted through that as well. Let's hide them. Let's hide those other ones. And let's look at that 20 and look at it. It blasted through and it's come through nicely. And with the Fibonacci on there, the Fib retrace from this high here, so the high the other day of a 13, down to that low there, we are perfectly perched on the golden Fibonacci retracement of 61.8%. And from that point, we've come back down. And so what have we done here? We've come back down and tested this 50 here. So this black line here, that one there, is from the big picture thing. So I wonder what that is. It's a key level. What level were we looking at earlier? We were looking at the 618 and the 50. I think that's the 618. That black line there is the 618 on the big chart. I'm almost sure it is, because the fibs stay on, you see. Sometimes you could just find it, but when it's the zoom, you see, the zoom. The charts, these charts on this software is absolutely phenomenal. I mean, the programming that goes into this trading view stuff. My friend Scott in Thailand, he's always on this. This is the place to be. This is the place to be for trading. Scott's trading in Thailand. This is the place to be for trading. These charts. The software in this is incredible. I pay £579 a year to get the charts doing what I can do with them. That's important. I can do lots of stuff. I can have 8 charts. I can have loads of indicators. I can do loads of stuff with these charts. So, look, we get through that 618, 13, 493, 491 area. That's lift off for me. And this little miniature correction, that's lift off for me. So monitor it, keep an eye on it. 13,500, an hourly close above 13,500. We've got 5 minutes left on this hourly, and we're at 13,442. And the next hourly, monitor, have a look. The next hourly close, if the hourly closes above that level, it's lift off. It's lift off again. It's back. We're back. We're looking to break through 13,863, because I don't think this 786 is relevant. I don't think that'll come into it. So I'll leave you with that, folks.